Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, when will the Oilers stop playing with their food? Lots to unpack in this one, folks. Oilers 4, Chicago 3, another overtime. Let's talk about it. Now, much as the intro says, my name is Matt for OilersFanReaction. Oilers do win. They do get the victory, so yes, we're going to play some La Bamba, baby. Let's get that out of the way right now. So yes, there is really good news. There really isn't anything to be too upset about. The Oilers are far and away better in the first place Pacific now than they were 24 hours ago when they played St. Louis. These 4 points in the back-to-back situations, yes, they should have been 4 points in regulation. These are two very gettable teams, especially Chicago. Worst shots per for 60 minutes, most shots against per for 60 minutes, and you wouldn't know it watching this game. And yes, I did watch the game in the entirety of it. That's why I'm a little not happy. Again, first periods, I don't know the remedy to this. Is it because the Oilers are bored? I had a lengthy conversation with somebody that I trust for my sources, and I asked him, point blank, matter of fact, buddy, what's going on this year? It seems like the Oilers, I don't want to use the word lazy or disinterested. It just seems like the Oilers aren't 100% all the time focused. And I told him how I talked about it last video, and I said, hey, it just seems like when they want to turn it on, they turn it on, and it's like bang, 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 we can score at will. But when they don't want to, it's like they could care less. And it does show the fans that there's kind of that we don't give a fuck attitude. And he said, point blank, matter of fact, some of the guys on the team are bored. I'm not naming names. I'm not going to say who. But he just said there's some of the guys on the team that are bored. What do you say to that? What do you say in response to that when you ask him, when you see the Chicago game, what the hell was that? That should have been score in the first, you had the power plays. Score early in the second, you had the power plays. It should have been 4-0, walking away. We're jumping on a flight to Edmonton. We play Colorado on Friday. That should have been in the bag, squash, done. But we all know it wasn't. We all know that's not the Oilers' style. They like to keep the heart pumping, the palpitations going. They like to have you sitting on the edge of your seat from puck drop to the fucking whistle. Again, let's talk about it. Oilers should have been out shooting Chicago from the jump. Chicago doesn't take very many shots. Wouldn't know it if you watched the first period. At the end of the first period, the shots were 15-12 for the Chicago Blackhawks. They took the first 7 shots of the game, the Chicago Blackhawks. Despite the Oilers getting the power play, Chicago Blackhawks. It's 0-0 after 1. Stop me if you've heard that before. It is 0-0 after 1. Much like the first game of the back-to-back against St. Louis, it was nada after 1. Second period goes around, Oilers get another power play. Oh, look, they do absolutely nothing on it. In fact, I dare say, Chicago had the best opportunities on the Oilers power play. Chicago had the better chances on the Oilers power play. I get that the Oilers are in first place in the Pacific Division, and I will preface that. I get that they're sitting second in the Western Conference, and I will preface that. I get that they're a wagon of a team when they want to be. But these games against lower-seeded teams should not go into overtime. These games against lower-seeded teams should not be close. Am I living on a nutshell tree thinking that? Picard made the saves he needed to make, absolutely, and I love Picard. It is about time where we can put goalie 1 and goalie 2 out there and expect a win. It is about time, because I remember there were years in this Edmonton organization, if you didn't have your ifo facto number 1 guy going in, night in, night in, night in, night out, night in, night out, you weren't winning a game. You were not getting a reliable backup goaltending from anybody. So we now have a reliable number 1 goalie who wins games. Yes, lets in a soft goal here or there per game, but it's the saves he makes after he lets in the soft goal that you got to watch about and you got to talk about. Nobody talks about it. Nobody wants to. They'd rather just talk about the bad goal he gives in. Calvin Picard, same thing. Captain Picard, same thing. Same thing. He lets in the bad goal, right? But then he settles in. Then he makes the saves. 2-pad stack. Gets across effortlessly. Makes the lateral movement. And I will tell you why he does the lateral movement better than Skinner. It's not rocket science. It doesn't take a genius. Let me tell you why. Calvin Picard makes the lateral saves better than Stuart Skinner. Height. But Matt, that's not fair. If you're taller, you should be able to move laterally quicker. False. Calvin Picard is 6'1", 206 poundsies. Right? Let me say that again. Calvin Picard is 6'1", 206 pounds. He's also 32 years old. Right? Remember I said that, right? Now we're going to talk about Stuart Skinner right quick here. Stuart Skinner is 6'4", 230 pounds. 6'4", 230 pounds. You tell me a 230-pound man that can move laterally left to right fucking quick as a cat. I'm not saying that's the reason why he can't move laterally. I'm just saying when you're that motherfucking big, it is hard to get the left to right movement going. You are better standing straight up, down in the butterfly, and angles. You have better angles than Calvin Picard. Calvin Picard has better agility and better reflexes than Stuart Skinner. It has nothing to do with one's better than the other. One's numbers are better than the others. They play a different style of goaltender. Why? Because Stuart Skinner is 3 inches taller and about 40 pounds heavier. Facts be facts, guys. Anyways, Oilers finally break through Soderblom, sorry. Arvidsson scores his 7th, assisted by Janmark and Kulak. And what a snipe shot. Where's that been all year? We keep talking about how he falls over so much, how he's a liability, blah, 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 blah. We don't have Arvidsson for the 82-game mini-season. Remember what I said? We have an 82-game dress rehearsal. We don't have him for the dress rehearsal. We have Arvidsson for the main event. The main thing, the 26 playoff games, is why we have Arvidsson. Meow. Oilers get another power play. They're up 1-0. They get another power play. This is the time to close the book. This is the time to jump, pounce, capitalize. Bedard's frustrated as all get up and fucking go. The kid's losing his mind out there right now. He is a man on an island. Sorry, Patrick Maroon, your best days are behind you. Nick Foligno, so are you. You are not good. Get the frack out of here. Seth Jones is probably the only reliable defense aside from Connor Murphy on the back end of that. But other than that, there is nobody there to help out Bedard at all. Now, I shouldn't say that. Donato, pretty damn good player. Oilers don't capitalize. Don't capitalize. And wouldn't you know it, they get a penalty. Don't do the thing. Don't be dumb, dumb, dumb. And of course, they get a penalty. Chicago. Sorry, I'm jumping way ahead of myself here. Anyways, Reichel gets the puck. He scores the goal to make it 1-1 late in the second period. Shots are 9-8 for the Oilers. I'm sorry, if you're the Edmonton Oilers, you should be taking 10, 12, 15, 20 shots a period. At least 20 shot attempts. Maybe not targeted shots, but shots on net. Shots targeted towards the net. They were lucky to have, 12? With 2 power plays? Deuces. So, we start the third period. Thank gosh for Jeff Skinner. What? Who? Jeff Skinner? Jeff Skinner, the one that we rag on, saying he's not good enough. He should have been replaced by Holloway. We got him for Hall. That Jeff Skinner? Yeah, he scored his 10th goal of the season, by the way. Assisted by Draisaitl and Podkolzin to make it 2-1 Edmonton. In the third period, yes, it was early, but you've got a 2-1 lead against Chicago, who doesn't shoot very often, doesn't score very often, gives the puck away more than you do. Yeah, there's a team out there that gives the puck away more than the Oilers do. Who'da tunk it? Now, the Hawks get a power play. Their first power play of the game late in the third period. It is a 2-1 hockey game. You had to know it was coming, much like you had to the power play goal was a coming. You gonna blame Picard on that? That was just a nice play set up by Chicago by the ineptitude of the PK not being able to clear the puck out. I'm sorry. You see this nice little dangly thing right here? This little biscuit right here? You're not gonna hurt it if you slap it. You're not gonna hurt it if you fling it as hard as you can off the glass. You're not going to hurt the fucking thing if you put all your weight on it and you just rifle the goddamn thing 200 feet down the ice. I promise you're not going to hurt it. You're not going to hurt it. Tell that to the Oiler players playing defense on the PK. It's a hot potato. It is an egg. It is precious. It's like a newborn baby. Gotta hold it. Gotta coddle it. Gotta protect it. Puck does not get out. Puck ends up in the back of the net. How many times have we said that in this stretch of Oilers games where they're giving up the softie at bad times? Puck does not get out. Puck goes in back of the net. Now, we thought that was it. That was the end of the bleeding, right? Oilers are up 3-2. It's okay because Draisaitl did score his 38th, assisted by Jeff Skinner shortly after. Skinner made it 2-1. Draisaitl made it 3-2. I missed that entire goal. I'm sorry. I'm reading some notes as I go. But so it's still 3-2, right? Let's relax a little bit. Oilers are still kind of in good shape. They're sitting kind of pretty. It's nothing to be writing home about, nothing to be gramming about, nothing to be upset about, right? We're still in the lead. We're still holding. We're doing the Oiler thing. We're good. We're sitting good, right? Third period shots are 15-8. We're humming along. 16-16 of the third period. Martinez ties the game. All right. We got 5 minutes. Let's take that 5 minutes and score a goal. Up the pressure, because Chicago right now, for the better part of 2.5 periods, or 2 periods, and I'm not gonna say full 2 periods, but for the better part of 30 minutes, they have been shit kicking you. They have been booting to you. They have been beating you to every loose puck. They have been wearing you down. They have been hitting you. They have been controlling you. Like I said in the intro, will the Oilers stop playing with their food? And it's no disrespect to Chicago or their fans. They've got a good up-and-coming team. It's just right now we know what they are. They're a rebuilding team that doesn't deserve to be in these games, but they are. We go into overtime, and this is where I want to give Evan Bouchard the biggest... Sorry, I'm going to stand up for this. Round of applause, golf clap. Evan Bouchard is probably one of the smartest hockey players that are on the Oilers defensively. And I get, for all his flaws and all the mistakes he makes, it's like Stuart Skinner. And it's like Nurse, and it's like McDavid, and like Draisaitl. The only difference between McDavid, Draisaitl, Nurse, Bouchard, and Skinner is Draisaitl makes a dumb play. Nobody talks about it. Draisaitl loses the puck at the blue line or on the half wall that ends up in the back of the net. Nobody talks about it. McDavid tries to deke through 4 guys, loses the puck. The puck goes the other way in a 2-on-1 breakaway or 3-on-1 or 1-on-0 breakaway. Ends up in the back of the net. Nobody talks about it. Nurse makes a bad play. We all talk about it. Bouchard makes a dumb pass. We all talk about it. Skinner lets in a goal that he should have had, or unexpected goal because it was one of the first 5 shots of the game. We all are on it. But we're not talking about the simple 5-foot pass that Bouchard makes perfectly well, or the bounce off the board pass to a McDavid or to the Draisaitl streaking, or to a Hyman, or to a Henrique, or even to his defensive partner who's going out the wing, leaving the zone. We don't talk about the Nurse clearing out the front of the net, Nurse blocking 10 shots a game. We don't talk about the good things these players do. We'd rather rag on the bad, the one bad per 5 positive. We talk about the one bad. So for this, I will talk about the good for Bouchard. He had the wherewithal to say, hey, I got 2 guys streaking. Who are those 2 guys? Who? There's fucking owls in here. He had Draisaitl and McDavid streaking with Chicago on a line change. He throws the puck up, and even before that Chicago player touches the puck, because there was 4 or 5 guys on the ice for Chicago, Bouchard's already got his hand up. Hey, ref, you caught that? You caught that? That's too many men. I didn't throw it there blindly, accidentally. I looked up. I seen they were going for a line change. I saw my opportunity to whip that puck up the ice. 1 of 2 things is going to happen. Ting number 1, that gets through, and it's Draisaitl, McDavid, Draisaitl, back of the net. We go home happy. We go home with 4 points on a 2-game road trip on a back-to-back night. Going ready to Colorado, who played tonight, by the by, against Calgary. It did whoop on him a little bit. So who knows who the goalie is for tomorrow on record, because Blackwood was the starter. They don't have a backup right now because Wedgwood is out. So who knows who the Oilers have on Friday night. But this is what we're talking about now. Or, thing number 2, it hits one of those dum-dums that jumped on too early. Teravainen. And the Oilers have a power play in overtime. Did they deserve to win the game? Hell, fuck, no, the Oilers did not deserve to win the game. But they did. They don't ask how. They just ask how many. So, the overtime winner is Hyman on the power play, assisted from McDavid and Bouchard. The Oilers had 4 power plays. Chicago had 1. Oilers went 1 for 4 on the power play. Chicago went 1 for 1. Picard yet again made a lot of cross-crease saves because he has the agility and he has the Dominic Hasek dog in him. I hate to tell you guys, But Skinner and Picard are two different goalies. They couldn't be more opposite. They both have their strengths. They both have their weaknesses. They both are going to let in that soft goal from time to time. But they're also going to keep your team in it until your team mentally wakes up and decides, oh yeah, that's right, we're the better team on the ice. Flick the switch, score the goal. Flick the switch, score the goal. That's why when I was told, yes, this is coming full circle, that is why when I was told this team is, some of the players on the team are bored. I can see it. I watch enough Oilers hockey. I watch enough of the best teams play hockey. When you know that you're guaranteed in the playoffs in January, how can you not be helped but be bored? Find other ways to win games. Find other avenues to see, hey, let's see if we can get ourselves down and see how quickly we can build it up. Let's see if we played like this, the consequence of that. Let's see if we did this, we do that. Everybody hates how Knobloch and his predecessors before him and before him line jungled and blendered the lines when they were winning, when they were losing, because coaches were bored. What? Coaches are bored. And only in Edmonton can you get a line with Jeff Skinner, Leon Draisaitl, and Podkolzin on your second line, and it fucking works. Only at Edmonton can you drop a bona fide scorer down to the third line, and he's okay with it. Only in Edmonton can guys play with anybody. Try and do that in Vancouver, find out what happens to you. Do that in Calgary. Try and get Nazem Kadri off of Huberdeau's line, find out what happens to you. Get Cale Makar away from Jonathan Taves. Not Jonathan Taves, but Devon Taves. Get McKinnon away from sorry, that doesn't work anymore. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like, certain teams can't do that and have success day in, day out. Oilers can, and Oilers do. Why? Because they're bored. I got a quick video to show. I'm also going to talk about Lubo's the Discord with Lubo, because dang, that guy did some work. Oh, don't be like this. Don't be like this. All right. Sorry. My computer's been acting really strange lately. Might have time for a reset. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. A lot of things I didn't talk about. John Klingberg being amazing yet again. But hey, great ad by the Oilers. So here we are here. Ooh, trippy. Chicago Blackhawks are a 5th 4-3 win in overtime. Jeff Skinner, 15 minutes and 27 seconds time on ice. Production of 17, 1.1 rating. Top 3 player in the last 6 games. Love to see that. Leon Draisaitl, 22 minutes and 22 seconds. 17.75, 7.94. Zach Hyman, 19 minutes and 6 seconds. 10.75, 5.63. Honorable mention goes to John Klingberg, only player with a +3 on the day. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, who? I'm sorry, how? John Klingberg, just coming back from massive surgery. Who fans don't think he can play with Darnell Nurse? John Klingberg was the only one +3 on the day. Not gonna say that's pretty damn good, but I'm gonna say that's pretty damn good, kid. That's pretty damn good, kid. So again, total shots on the night were 38 for the Oilers, 32 for Chicago, 51% face-off to 49, 25% power play for the Oilers, 100% for Chicago. Hits were 18-7. Like I said, I wasn't lying when I said the team that should have been getting more hits. Block shots 17-8 for the Oilers. Giveaways 16 by Chicago, 12 by Edmonton. Fits my facts. What a great thing. I didn't look at this until now. Takeaways 5, 4 for the Oilers. All in all, the Oilers did what they had to do. Reichel scored. Jeff Skinner scored. Draisaitl scored. Arvidsson scored. Donato scored. Martinez scored. Hyman got the 19th of the year power play goal in overtime. Like, guys. Chicago deserved better than that. They also deserved worse than that. It honestly is. Are the Oilers done playing with their food? So here's a little quick video. I thought it was fucking hilarious. And this is me laughing about how bad the Oilers played and still got away with a win. This is not a knock on Chicago in any way, shape, or form. Just enjoy the video. And a quick little image about the full stats of goal scorers. The Oilers are now 34, 16, and 4. Chicago is now 16, 31, and 6. Calvin Pickard, 29 of 32 and 906 save percentage with 3 goals against. Soderblom was a 34 to 38 with an 894 4 goals against. Like, guys, it really truly is a good thing that they don't ask how you did it, just how many. Let's check the out-of-town scoreboard because we're going to check both last night with the Oilers playing Chicago, so I guess that would have been Wednesday night, and we're going to talk about the Thursday night games because it is pushing 11 o'clock Thursday night. Most of the games are done, I do believe. Here we go. Wednesday night, there were 3 games on the schedule. The Rangers beat the Bruins 3-2. The Oilers beat the Blackhawks 4-3 in overtime. And the LA Kings beat the Montreal Canadiens 6-3. Thumpa-wumpin'. Move along. 9 games on the schedule on Thursday. The Lightning beat the Senators 5-1. The Golden Knights beat the Devils 3-1. The Capitals beat the Flyers 4-3. Ovi scores on a goalie, and it wasn't a power play. Congratulations to him. Utah Hockey Club beats the Columbus Blue Jackets in overtime 3-2. The Wild beat the Hurricanes 2-1. The Panthers beat the Blues 3-2. The Colorado Avalanche double up on the Calgary Flames 4-2. The Maple Leafs beat the Kraken 3-1. And it is just final now. The Vancouver Canucks beat the Sharks 2-1 in overtime on a penalty shot. What the fuck? Sorry, guys. The Vancouver Canucks got a penalty shot in overtime. And Drew O'Connor scores. I can't wait to watch those highlights. And the Uzis. Wow. My name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. We're back on Friday when the Edmonton Oilers play the Colorado Avalanche. There's 4 other games on the schedule tomorrow. The Penguins are in New York to take on the Rangers. The Islanders are in Winnipeg to take on the Jets. The Predators are in Chicago to take on the Blackhawks. The Colorado Avalanche are in Edmonton to take on the Oilers. And the Stars are in LA to take on the Kings. That just... Sorry, guys. I can't make this stuff up. That boggles my mind. You guys enjoy it. You guys enjoy the night. I hope you like this video. My name is Matt for Oilers Fan Reaction. Comment, like, subscribe. Share this with all your friends. Let me know your thoughts. Are the Oilers just playing with people's food? Are they just playing with their food at this point? Do they have some guys on the team that are just bored? And will it catch up to them later on in the year? Let me know your thoughts. Deuces.